Hey guys, it's Jasper again from the tutorials on Web3 tools and NFT tools and platforms, and especially how we can use those things, right? How we can use Web3 tools and how we can use NFT platforms, how we can use them for content marketing, actually, right? How we can use them for publishing content on Web3, like for instance publishing complete free websites and hosting them completely for free on Web3 without ever having to pay for web hosting. It's possible on Web3, right? If you know the right tools and platforms and skills, right? These are one of the things that I'm teaching in the tutorials in our course. Other things we teach is how to create an NFT project and how to market it and to use it, for content marketing, for marketing your business in a new way, maybe for community building and stuff. So in this series, actually, yeah, we're learning quite a lot of tools, Web3 tools, all focused on how we can use them, to become a better content marketer, right? We can use them for content marketing. So it might seem a little bit complicated, but I think I managed very well to explain everything very well, and it's very practical, really, on how you can use those things, right? How you can use those tools and platforms for your content marketing. So, having said that, um, This is another tutorial I'm making while I hear a siren in the background. Siren, or right, anyway, I don't know the right word in English. But so in this tutorial, I'm going to talk a little bit about how we can, for instance, put a whole website for free on Web3, right, on the blockchain. How we can host it, how we can share our website, right, without that we need to buy a domain name, without that we need to pay for web hosting. And I'm going to show you how we can do it, like using IPFS, but not through the IPFS desktop. As if it's desktop, I've explained it in another tutorial in our course, right? It's by far the most easy way to do so. But actually, this tutorial is a little bit more, you can say, a little bit more technical. But I think, I would call this the cool way to do it, right? So if you like, if you want to be, cool, and you want to you publish content to the IPFS in a cool way, right? A really nice way. Then I think this is tutorial you're gonna love, because we're gonna be using not the IPFS desktop tool like we learned in our course, but we're gonna be using the command line install here. And the command line install, it kind of looks like this. And everyone has this on this computer, like a Mac. I'm on a Mac, so it's called the Mac terminal. But you have the PowerShell on Windows, and you have the terminal on Linux as well. I think it's called terminal. I'm not sure though. But everyone has this, and actually, this is what we're going to be using, to talk to the IPFS straight from within this tool. So we're going to install this IPFS command line install. You can kind of see it like a software package, right? And we're going to be able to work with that software package from within our command line install here. So then we're just going to first connect to our IPFS to our tool. Once we have installed it, we're going to connect to the IPFS, and then we're going to upload our content, right? So let's start from the beginning. Let's just install the command line install. Here's not much for me to say. You just go to the ipfs.tech website, and you click on install, and you follow the steps, right? And then once it's installed, and you say, okay, I'm ready, let's go for it. Let's publish our content on the IPFS. You come here to your PowerShell. Sorry, that's Windows. To your Mac terminal. I'm on Mac, so I'm saying to your terminal window, and you're gonna start the IPFS. Now I've obviously installed it. So what you're gonna do? Okay, let's fire up this bad boy, and let's just type in IPFS daemon, and we press enter, and it's saying, there you go, very fast, daemon is ready. And this means nothing less than IPFS command line tool is ready for you to use. Great. So let's get started. Now, first, what we're going to do is let's just put this bad boy aside here, and let's open up a new terminal, a new window, right? And we call it shell. So we can do it by opening up this way, but I like the cool way, and I will just say, command, oh no, that's a window. I have to go in my shell here, um, and command, and I'm opening a new window. So this is the way, this is what we're going to work with. So ignore this here. This is just running our daemon, our IPFS. It's our connection. You can look at it like that. It's our connection to the IPFS. And now let's work on it. Now, there's only 6 simple steps to follow to upload our content actually to the IPFS. Now, actually, there is 3 steps only to follow, and then there's 3 more steps, and then those 3 more steps are for using the IPNS. Now, I'm explaining the difference very, very broad, very well in one of the videos in our course. So if you're interested in learning, very thoroughly about it, you can, follow the course on Udemy or take the Vimeo course. It's only $20 on Udemy, so you will learn really, like, really a lot. If you take that course, you're gonna be able to call yourself a Web3 NFT content producer and marketer, right? You're gonna learn a lot. So go and check out those courses, the course, to understand really what's it about. But let me just summarize it very quickly. So what happens if you upload something content to IPFS? What happens is your content will get uploaded, and you will get a thing called CID, and that's like a hash that's going to be stored on the blockchain, and it's kind of going to serve as your link to that content on the IPFS, to the thing you've uploaded, right? And you can put that CID in a URL, right? And that way you can open it up and watch the content and share this URL with people. Now, the only problem, between brackets, is that if you have this CID, it cannot be updated, right? So let's imagine if you got a website and you want to change something to the content in the future, then you can, but what you have to do is you kind of have to upload the whole website folder again, from scratch, and you will get a new CID. That means that people with your URL will not be able to see your new content. You will have to give them a new URL, right? So that's not very practical. We want to update our content once in a while, right? So that's why we use IPNS. IPNS is kind of, we're going to create like an extra layer, an extra key above it, and that's going to be linked to all the CIDs that we're going to create when we're making changes. And that IPNS key is also going to come in the URL, and that's always going to show the newest CID, so the newest content, right? That's what we want. We want our to be able to update our websites and still using the same URL, right? Yeah. So let's go ahead, right? I hope with this background information you understand now a little bit more how it works. So let's now and just get to work, right? So let's go, first of all, let's go in our IPFS, and let's go and look for a file that we're going to upload. Now, I'm just going to show you these very basic commands, right? So first of all, I'm in my terminal, and I want to see, at this stage, where am I? Where am I in my computer, right? So I just press PWD, then I press enter, and then I see here, oh, okay, I am here now. I am in users Jasper Rails. So that means I'm in a folder called Jasper Rails. Now, I know that, I want to see, you know, what's in this whole folder. What's in this Jasper Rails folder? What's in there, right? I don't know what's in there. I don't know it by heart. Now I can go and check it out in my files here. But as I said, we want to do the cool way. Let's go check it out. Let's not go here, but let's check it from within our command line install. So we just press ls, bam, and these are all the files that we get that are in our folder that we are in now, right? So let's go back, right? We're in Jasper Rails, and we know I've seen, for instance, oh, I've got desktop here, and you know what? I've got some great images in my desktop folder, and I want to upload something from my desk folder onto the IPFS, right? Okay, so what are we going to do from we're in Jasper Rails, right? So pwd, you see we are in Jasper Rails, and we want to go to the folder underneath. right, to desktop, and we can access it because it's only one folder below, right? It's in our Jasper Rails folder. It's one folder below. So we can go to that directory. So we're going to do, you know what? We're going to go to change directory, cd, space, desktop, right? So we want to see, we're going to go to our desktop now. So we're going to change directory, desktop, enter. And now you can see we're in our desktop folder, right? And you know what? I want to see what files are in my desktop folder. So remember the command? It is ls bam, and these are all the files that are in our desktop folder. And you know what? Hey, I know this file. I like this file. I want to upload this file to my the IPFS, right? I want to put it on the blockchain, and I want to create a URL and then share it with people, right? That's what I want to do. So this is the file name. This is the whole file name, and I'm going to copy it with Command C. And then I'm going to go here. This is a list of all the, the six, these are the 6 steps, guys, that you can follow, right? You can use these 6 steps to do it yourself, right? So you can follow along now, and then afterwards, you can, in the future, you can use these 6 steps again to do it over and over again. Okay, so the command we're going to use to add something to the IPFS is IPFS add, but we want to add a file, right? So how do we have to write that file? We have to write that file between brackets, right? So this is our file. There you go. So I'm going to make it a little bit cleaner. This is Arial 12. Apologies. And let's also go to 12. There you go. Okay. So this is our command, IPFS add, and this is our file. Now, it's important to know, so this is what we're going to copy and enter into our command line install. Now, it's important to know that the file here is recognized immediately by the system because I'm inside the folder where this file is. So I'm inside the desktop folder, right? So if you ever want to upload a certain file, then first, make sure you're in the file structure in the right file, okay? And you saw how we navigated to that file, right? Now, another tip what you can do is if you open up this window and you want to go to a folder, you can just copy a folder and drag it here inside, and then you're going to be in that folder here as well again. That's maybe a little bit easier, but remember, we're doing the cool way. Okay, guys, so let's now just add something to the IPFS using the command line interface, right? So let's finally go for it. So we're going to go to see where are we? PWD. We are in our users Jasper Rails desktop. And I know in my desktop folder, I have a lot of cool images, and I'm going to pick one, right? So I'm going to see, right? Where am I? I'm going to see what's inside my desktop folder, ls enter. There you go. And I'm just going to pick one, and I'm going to pick one, this, what, let's go for this tokenomics.png. I like this, I don't know, but I want to add this PNG file to the IPFS. There you go. Voila. So what am I going to do? I'm going to my list here, to my steps. In step 1, I'm going to add this here, right? This is the name of the file, and I'm going to add it like this. And I'm going to see it. It's nice and clean. And it's going to be like 12, right? There you go. That doesn't matter. I'm just doing this to keep my list nice. But what you see, this is what we're going to paste into our terminal. So the command is IPFS add, and then we're going to add our file called tokenomics.png, and we're going to enter it, write it to between 2 brackets, right? And what does this mean? /. This means that we are inside our desktop folder, right? And our file that we're going to upload is inside our desktop folder. And we always have to enter here, not just loose file, but like the path to our file, which means the folders, folder, file, or folder, file, or folder, file, or whatever, just like the path, what the path is. And this means that we're starting our path in the folder that we are, right? And that this file is in this folder. That's how we write it. So this means just if we're in the desktop folder, this means like, hey, start looking in the desktop folder. So that's what we're gonna paste. So we're gonna copy this. We're gonna come back to our shell here, right? So we're gonna move aside. Doesn't matter. Keep running. So we're gonna go. We're gonna say, okay, where are we? In our desktop folder. Okay, so in our desktop folder, a desktop, we have a folder called tokenomics png. Let's add it to IPFS. IPFS adds our file, and then it does this, and you will see that sometimes it happens. It's okay. It's troubleshooting. What we're gonna do now, okay, so the easiest way, we're gonna quit our CLI and we're gonna restart. This happens sometimes. It's okay that you see it. This happens sometimes. So yes, end it. Okay, it has to end completely. Now, sometimes it works just the first time and sometimes it doesn't, right? Technology, who knows? So let's start up our daemon again, right? Our terminal. Okay, daemon. It's running. There you go. Daemon's ready. Putting it aside is a good repetition as well. New, opened up in new, shell or window, right? And now let's recap. What folder are we now? We're in our computer. Oh, we're in the users, Jasper Verels. Oh, I know I want to go to the desktop folder, and that's in this Jasper Verels. So I just have to go one folder up, right? So I'm just going change directory to the folder called desktop, right? There you go. And we're inside our desktop. And hey, you know what? I know there's a file I want to add to the IPFS. So I'm going to say, you know what? IPFS add tokenomics.png. And we have the same thing. So what you do then, it's a bit annoying. I'm sorry, but it's okay, because I'm going to show you what the best thing is to solve these problems, right? Because sometimes it's also blockchain, guys. You have to be patient sometimes. So what are we going to do? We're going to start again. Okay, connect again to our IPFS. We're connecting again, make a new connection, opening up a new shell. We're going to again see where we are. Okay, we're going to change directory to our desktop. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to write it. Okay, we're going to write the command. We're going to say IPFS add dot slash tokenomics dot png, and we've got the brackets. There you go. We're going to Control E to go to the end of our line. And there we go. You see this, guys? You see this edits? So this is important. So first of all, you see 100% it worked. You saw that? So we had to reboot the terminal, the IPFS daemon twice, but it's like I said, it's blockchain. We have to be a little bit patient sometimes, but that's okay. We managed to do it. You now know if things like that happen, if it doesn't work, you know what to do. Restart, reboot, and it will work in the end. So now let's first drink a sip of coffee. Very good one. There you go. Now, what do we see here? Let's dissect. It said edit, and then it said this. What do you think this is? Now, if you've seen our course, then you probably recognize this. This is our CID. This is our content identifier, guys. This is what has been stored on the blockchain now, okay? And this is what refers to our tokenomics PNG, right? So this is very cool, right? So we have now our CID. So we're going to go on and we're going to go to the next step. So if we're following my plan, right, it's our 6 steps, what are we going to do? We're going to copy this here. right? And we're going to enter it here. We're going to replace this one here with this here, okay? This is our CID that was returned, right? So app economics, add file to IPFS, IPFS bin add, there you go. Okay, so we're gonna clean this here because this is our step, right? So this is the CID that we got, right? And we're gonna paste it here. Why are we gonna paste it here? There you go. Voila. And we're gonna make it look as nice as well, just to keep our plan step steps plan nice, right? There you go. So this is, guys, is our CID, our content identifier, right? Now, something else we're going to do is we're going to enter this command. And this says IPFS pin add. Now, pinning is an important item,